All right, good morning, everyone. Let's get started. All right, so for today, the 22nd, Thursday, February 22nd, we have the following economic data for the United States. At 8:30 a.m. Eastern, we had unemployment claims, which came in lower than expected at 201,000. Expectation was 217,000. That's also lower than the previous reading of 213,000. Then we have at 9:45 a.m. Eastern, we're going to have flash manufacturing PMI and also flash services PMI. Both of these are very important reports, so we can expect significant volatility from that. That will be 15 minutes after market open. All right, then at 10 a.m. we'll have existing home sales, which is expected to have moderate impact on the markets. And FOMC member Jefferson will be speaking as well at that time. As of right now, low impact is expected from FOMC member Jefferson's speech. Um, After that, the only other news that might affect the markets would be after market close, 5 p.m. we have FOMC member Cook speaking, and at 7:35 p.m. we'll have FOMC member Waller speaking. But again, both of those will be after market close. So we you know, won't be affected by that during the trading session. All right, so basically at 9:45 a.m. and 10 a.m. we have reports coming out with significant impact. So we'll keep an eye out for that. All right, so looking at the Nasdaq pre-market, we can see that we have a gap higher. The market is clearly up substantially from where it was yesterday. Despite the unemployment news, et cetera, we're still up. So clearly, some bullish sentiment came in overnight. Let's take a look at which stocks were active yesterday. Not many. Yesterday was a very uneventful day for the most part, but here's what we had that was active. Um, like I said, it's going to be a very short list. So Starbucks was able to reach target number two to the upside of 95.48. The first part of the move was really clear and no fuss, but the rest of it was less so. But nevertheless, the market did reach its target. The stock did reach its target number two. Fifth Third Bank (FITB) was able to reach target number one to the downside very early, 33.25, and then after that was not able to go down any lower. Tesla (TSLA) was able to reach target number one to the upside of 197.22. It then went about 60% of the way to target number two, topping out at 199.44 before turning back. And then INTC, it got down to a low of 43.08, so that was about 8 cents higher than its target number two to the downside. You can see clearly after it passed its target number one of 43.74, it sharply went up, and then later on went back down. So very lackluster session yesterday as far as opportunities were concerned. So let's look at what's moving in the pre-market and see what we got there. First up, I see CPOP currently up about 13% on 2.3 million shares, roughly. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to the pre-market radar for stocks. Symbol again is CPOP. Next up, we have GRAB, GRAB, which is currently down 2.61%, so not down enough, so we'll have to skip that one. It doesn't qualify yet. All right, let's take a look at LCID, Lucid. All right, Lucid is down 8.38% on 1.4 million shares. So that does qualify as at least $1 per share. So we'll add that to our pre-market radar. Next up, we have Mara, which is presently not up enough. It's only up 1.86%, so we'll have to skip that one. Next up is Nvidia, presently up 11.68% on 4.7 million shares. Of course, Nvidia is well above $1 per share. So we'll add Nvidia to our pre-market watch list. Obviously, this is up off of earnings. Next up, we have Rivian, which is down sharply, down 18.9% on 5.6 million shares, trading above $1 per share, of course. So I have Rivian, RIVN, to the pre-market radar. That's down off of earnings. Next up, we have SoundHound, which is currently up 8.49% on 4.5 million shares. It's above $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to our pre-market radar as well, SOUN. Although I doubt SoundHound's going to do much. It looks like it's only up because of the rest of the market, but we'll see. Next up, we have Vero, VERO. That is currently up 43% on 9.9 million shares. It's at least $1 per share. So we'll definitely add that to our pre-market radar as well. And then lastly, we have XTKG. Presently, that is up, or down, sorry, 2.34%. It was up a lot, but it doesn't qualify right now. It's also under $1 per share, so I'll have to skip that one. So it's under our minimum threshold in price, and it doesn't meet our percent change criteria. All right, folks, if you see any other stocks that meet our criteria so far, here are the stocks that we have. So if you see any other stocks besides the ones that just posted that meet our 4 criteria, let me know in the chat. Our 4 criteria, again, are we need to be at least $1 per share in the pre-market session, which this stock here is not. There needs to be at least a 6% price change, positive or negative, which this stock does not have either. It also needs to have at least 1 million shares of pre-market volume, which this stock does, and it has to be NASDAQ listed. All right, so we have a few there, Fergus. Let's take a look at those. FNGD. I think that's an NYSE stock, I'm guessing. LRHC. All right, that's currently up 271% on 4.4 million shares, roughly. At least $1 per share. Yep, so that definitely qualifies. So we'll add LRHC to the pre-market radar. We'll check out OCUL. Okay, Ocular Therapeutics, that's currently up about 22% on 1 million shares. It is at least $1 per share. So we'll go ahead and add that to our radar as well, OCUL. Next up, we're looking at QBTS. Looks like that's a NYSE stock, I'm assuming. So, let's see, yep, that is, yep, NYSE. BMR, let's see. All right, BMR is currently up 12.72% on 1.47 million shares, trading at least $1 per share. That definitely qualifies. So we will add that BMR to the pre-market radar. All right. So let's do a quick roll call of what we have. CLSK, let me take a look. Let's see if that, now CLSK, we have to see, of course, if it meets all of our criteria. It does not. So Jack Vision, CLSK does not meet our percent change. It's only up 1.87%, so that doesn't qualify. Volume is under 1 million shares at 918,000. If it were moving up faster, we could say it's getting close, but it's not at the moment. So on 2 counts, it doesn't meet our criteria. We might have been able to get by on the volume, but it's nowhere close on the percent change. It was earlier, but it's not now, and so that one does not qualify. But if it's moving, we'll see it on our regular list since the LSK regularly comes up on our scans. All right, so we'll wrap up in about 10 seconds unless you guys see any other stocks that meet our 4 criteria. If you do, let me know in the chat. Again, those 4 criteria are the stock must be NASDAQ listed, must have at least a price of $1 per share or higher, must have achieved at least a 6% price change, positive or negative, and it must have achieved at least 1 million shares of traded volume in the pre-market. ARM, let's take a look. Yeah, it was up, it looks like, for a while above 6%. I'll put that on our possibilities list because it looks like it's coming down. Let's put it on our possibilities list for later, and I'll take a look at it before market open. All right, so we'll go ahead and wrap up for today, folks. Please be sure to like this video by hitting the like button on YouTube. I see we have more than 12 people watching, but we only have 12 likes, so please be sure to like the video. That greatly helps us with the YouTube algorithm, so please be sure to go ahead and like the video. And also subscribe to the channel so that way when we post a new video, you have a update. In addition, if you're watching this video on a replay, please be sure to check out fundertrading.com. That is our website. You'll see a link in the description of the video. Other than that, for everyone who's part of the program, the coaching program, I'll see you there in about 27 minutes. I see ASTS is mentioned here. 1 second. ASTS does qualify, by the way. No, sorry, it doesn't. It's only got 48,000 shares traded, so it does not qualify. All right, folks. I'll see you folks for tomorrow's pre-market pulse. Have a great trading session. And for everyone else, I'll see you in the coaching room shortly. All right. Take care, folks.